Right, I'm joined in the studio by the two key figures from the African Nations Cup for UK, Daniel Letaya and Jama Olol, and an official Somaliland team in the African Nations Cup UK, to talk about some of those results today. And I will talk very quickly about La Liga and Barcelona. Do you think that they're going to get the treble, and do you think that they're actually going to win the league?
I think, and thank you for having us, I think in terms of Barca, they all win the league, but in terms of them winning the Champions League, I think Real Madrid will come good at the end.
Really? Yeah. That's big talk there. They've got some, feat to do. They've got to beat Juventus. You think they can beat Juventus?
I think Juventus will give them a big problem because they are experienced and they've got the skills and the resilience to stay to the top. And I think they can come out as a victor.
Well, talking very quickly about Real Madrid, what's going on with Bale and Ronaldo? They seem to have, especially Bale, he hasn't been getting a lot of plaudits from the journalists or fans since he's gone over to, since this season, really. What's going on?
This season, to be honest, Bale's been really poor. And last season he played really well, and he even scored in the Champions League. But I think the relationship between Cristiano and Bale is not good at the moment.
Why not?
I don't know. There must be something going on because Bale's not the same player. We all know what he can do, but this season he's been off form. But I honestly believe that he will come good and he might prove it against Juventus. Okay.
Well, looking at Bayern Munich, they lost today. I know they were already the champions, but are things a bit tricky there? Do you think that Pep Guardiola could leave and maybe start with Manchester City?
And against Barca, we weren't expecting that from Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, when Guardiola took over, they were Chuba winners, and from where they were at now and the way they are now, it seems like they've dropped down a bit. So there's something happening there that some of the players are not happy with Guardiola.
Oh gosh.
But we see how it goes.
I can't imagine anyone not being happy with Guardiola. But let's look at the Premier League and Manchester United today. They beat Crystal Palace 2-1. What are your thoughts on today's game?
I think it was a tough match for Manchester United, and they got really a tough competition from Alan Pardew tactics. Their boys had one of the best attacking structure, and the defense of Manchester United really it is open. And I believe right now Manchester United should think about having spending power during when the opening season opens up for buying the new players. They should now look at making their defense stronger. It was so tough for them. They are so lucky to see that they managed to get a winning goal in the last few minutes.
Well, yeah, a winning goal from Marouane Fellaini. Who would have thought? He's just changed. He's transformed, especially Ashley Young as well. What has he done to transform their fortunes?
I think it was about the will to win, because everyone knew that today, if they don't win, they are in big trouble for joining the Championship League next season. And they had to do it, give it all, whatever they can, and they had to prove that. And it was not easy, but they won. A win is a win.
Yeah. Well, talking about winners, tomorrow, Chelsea up against Liverpool. Chelsea are the champions. How do you see that one going?
I think Chelsea have got nothing to play for. They're the champions. But Liverpool need to get themselves into to fight. They still got hope in terms of getting to the Champions League or finishing the season on a high. We know Brendan Rodgers is a good manager, but his Liverpool team has been struggling. So I think he might finish 1-1 tomorrow.
What, a draw? Really?
Draw, yeah.
Well, what are your views on the champions? How do you see their season? Have they been brilliant? Have they been boring?
I think the start of the season, Mourinho has, we're not used to him playing a beautiful football like we're used to Barca or Arsenal playing. But at the start of the season, he was playing good football. But towards the end of the season, he just wanted to get the job done. None of his games were entertaining. He was just getting results.
But does that matter?
But I think I'll object with that, because a win is a win. Always, when it comes to any game, is there to win. and he uses all his skills, psychological tactics, and motivation to make sure that they come out to that game as winners. And I believe that's why he's getting paid for, and
well, yeah.
that's why they're champions.
He's getting paid to win, and he does it very
Definitely.
well. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Right, so joining me in the studio this evening to talk about the upcoming African Nations Cup is the sports agents Daniel Litaya and Jama Olol, the official Somaliland team in the African Nations Cup UK. Now, gentlemen, what do we have to look forward to?
It's very interesting because now time is approaching to have the Africa Cup of Nations UK starting off on 30th of May at West Ham Memorial Ground, and we are so excited to see that we have our new entrants, Somaliland, and he can tell us what they have in the pipeline.
No pressure, but you've got a huge following, very huge following. So you feeling the pressure?
No, not really. We're looking forward to the pressure. We're excited. So this is the first time Somaliland took part in the African Nation Cup UK, which is a great tournament where a lot of African countries take part. And Somaliland has a lot of talent, and we want to put it forward for the African people and African communities to see it. And every agent out there, if they are scouting for talent, Somalilanders have them, and we advise them to all come on the 30th of May. And all the other African countries, we're going to put forward a beautiful game, and where Somalilanders are known to play beautiful football. We're excited, we've got beautiful followers, and our supporters are all excited, beautiful colours. So we're all looking forward to it, to be honest. We've been preparing well, and today we had a competition, and 18th of May competition, where every year we have it. It's our independence, 18th of May. And we had 13 teams took part all over. Teams came from all over the UK, and it was successful. A team from Birmingham, Oscar from East London, are finalists, and they're going to play the final on the 16th. So we've been scouting players from all over. So we're taking this competition very serious. Yeah. Sierra Leone are the champions from last year, and Sierra Leone, we're not, as Somalilanders, we're not scared of them. This cup will go home with us.
Oh, that's proper fighting talk. Now, this is some impressive piece of silverware. Tell us about your journey. I mean, like you said before, it's the first time you've been in this competition, but what did it take for you to get to this position?
And it was a long journey, and us in Somaliland, we love sports. And in East Africa, it's known for runners like Mo Farah. But in East Africa, we've got a lot of young Somalilanders who are very talented, and we wanted to put it forward and find a platform that they can show their showcase. Luckily, the African Nation Cup UK and Daniel and Dennis and Marshall has shown us that, it gave us the opportunity for Somalilanders to be on stage, for young Somalilanders to show their sports talent. And sports is very important, because me and Daniel, it's sports that brought us together. And we're looking forward to this tournament. It's our first time. It won't be our last time.
Oh, no.
And
You're
we're
very
going home
confident
as champions, yes.
Well, like I said, you're oozing confidence, but tell us the players to watch out for.
We've got a player who's very talented called Kadir, and he's got a brother called Khalid. They're both very talented. And today I've met another a player, and he was really good, who was playing for a team from Birmingham. We've got a lot of good players, and to be honest, with our 11 starting players, we've got about a good 8 that have got a lot of talent that will shine, and the other African countries that won't keep up.
Okay. Well, you've just heard him and the confident talk there. How do you rate their chances?
For me, I rate Somaliland because from my research, I've seen that they brought a lot of heat, great following. Right now, we receive thousands of phone calls, and we are sure that when the tournament kicks off, we're going to see a real small men, but very skillful, because I've been looking at them when they are training, and they are tiny men but so skillful. So we're going to see Nigeria fighting with the small men.
I know,
and it's going to be so interesting to see a lion chasing a rat, so a rabbit. So it's going to be so interesting to see how these young people come to showcase their talent, and not only that, but also having this community inclusion, because this tournament is about uniting our communities.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, tell us more about the tournament. You know, how much work did you have to put into getting it to this far? Yeah,
we started in 2009. However, we started with 8 countries, whereby Nigeria won it for the first time, and we increased to 16 countries. Now we've capped it to 20, whereby it is becoming one of the biggest tournaments for Africans in the diaspora, and we are following all the regulations of the FA, and we are affiliated with Essex and FA County under the FA. And we've received different awards in the community, and the most knowledgeable one is the one in 2013. Prince William gave us an award in Buckingham Palace on 13th of October, and which is a big achievement, because we could not believe that we can get it within just a short time or period. But it was all about following what we are doing in the community. We bring thousands of people together, and not only that, we are getting all the big corporate companies come on board to access the community and sell their services. For example, Rebara and World Remit. And we thank all those people who are supporting us to see that we move this tournament.
It's a brilliant thing that you're doing, and I can't wait to see the results. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me this evening.